It's nearly over. It is coming to an end. LeBron James has turned 40 years old, lads. Yeah, he is now 40, and there's not going to be that much longer for LeBron James, honestly, playing in the NBA. As someone who is 28 years old, I don't really remember a time when LeBron didn't play in the NBA. I'm Irish, so we didn't really get NBA on our TVs, and by the time I figured out how to like use everything and go find streams online and stuff, and I would get League Pass every time it was free on a trial. By the time I was doing that, LeBron was at his peak, and yeah, it's it is what it is. It is what it is. LeBron is nearly done. Like 10 years ago, there was the infamous LeBron is 30 now. This fuckery won't go on for much longer. And it's been 10 years. And he's still giving you like 24, 9, and 8 a game or something. But LeBron James has weighs in on his Lakers' future, leaving the door option to a potential exit. The Lakers forward LeBron James, one of the best and arguably the best basketball players of all time. He's been top basketball man for a long time, but Father Time's undefeated. We've seen times this season where it looks like Father Time has caught up to James. However, he's still pushing through and being an impactful player for the Lakers. I mean, to be fair, I'm just saying, like for all the time, like for all the criticism of LeBron James, they're the 5th seed in a stacked Western Conference, and he is like they're 18 and 13. They're a game and a half off the 4th seed. As well as that, he doesn't nearly have the talent around him that, say, an Anthony Edwards does. And just as a whole. Like, yeah, I get it. ED is fantastic, but, like, the rest of that team, not great. Really not great. LeBron James would end his career with the Lakers. I think that's the plan. I would love for it to end here. I came here to finish the last stage of my career. The last stage of your career, you've stayed longer in LA than you stayed anywhere else. And, like, it's going to end with there being a longer stretch of his career. I know he technically stayed longer in Cleveland, but that was 2 stints. Like, he'll have stayed longer in LA than he did even his first stint in Cleveland. Hopefully don't have to go nowhere before my career is over. So, yeah. He didn't say definitely. He did say hopefully, but you just never know. Obviously, trading. For people talking about Dorian Finney-Smith's going to change everything for the Lakers, but, like, he's just not. Either way, though, like, D'Lo's trading, and it's something for Lakers fans to cling on to, I guess.
What would it mean that it would be with the Lakers?
Say that again?
Whenever you decide this is the final chapters of your career, what would it mean to you that it's with the Lakers?
That is with the Lakers? I think that's the plan. I would love for it to end here. That would be the plan. I mean, I came here to play my last stage of my career and to finish it off here. But I'm also not silly or too jaded to know the business of the game as well. I know the business of basketball, but I think my relationship with this organization speaks for itself, and hopefully I'll be going nowhere before.
So yeah, I mean, LeBron James here clearly saying he wants to play with the Lakers. Dorian Finney-Smith basically extended LeBron's contract. I don't understand why people are so hyped with Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, I like Dorian Finney-Smith, but he's a guy. That's the best way I can describe Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, he is just a guy. But, yeah, so let's talk about it a little bit more. And obviously he's 7 seasons with the Lakers. He'll probably play at 8. It's unclear when he'll hang up his boots. And he's also talked about the fact that he does believe he could play another 5 to 7 years at a high level. And I agree with that, but he would, like, have to completely change his role. Like, LeBron would have to be a 25-minute... If LeBron could be, like, a 15-5-5 guy that would play 25 minutes and be a serviceable defender for those 25 minutes and kind of play the Draymond type role on offense, but a little bit better, he could do that for another 5 years. I'm confident LeBron could be a 15-5-5 guy at 45 years old. And it'll be interesting to see if he does that. Like, I wouldn't be that opposed to seeing somebody just be like As long as I feel like I can contribute to winning, I'm staying in this league. I don't care. Like, there's never been a player as good at 40 years old as LeBron James is. I'm sorry, there's not. The guy's averaging like 23. Like, he's averaging unbelievable numbers for a pretty good team. For a pretty good team. And you're like, oh, they're obviously only the 50. But, like, outside of AD, they don't have anyone that's that good. Now, if you take LeBron off this team, they're below 500. If you take AD off this team, they're like Charlotte Hornets bad almost. Like, AD is clearly the best player on this team. But, like, still, it's just really, it's really not up to, it's really just not great for the Lakers, the team they put around them. But at the same time, look, 3 years ago, LeBron made a bad call with Russell Westbrook, and the Lakers have been kind of paying for it since. And when you make a blunder in a massive trade in the NBA, when you make a massive blunder, it's hard to get away from it. Like you're seeing with the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets could be screwed purely just because they gave Jamal Murray a max contract. Like they can't have no cap flexibility. They can't really sign anybody. Just from doing that, they've basically ruined Jokic's chance of winning multiple titles because of the way the cap is right now. Like, this isn't the 90s where a borderline all-star player getting paid a decent amount isn't going to screw you, basically. Like, it's 2025 it's 2025 in 2 days. Like, we're not going to see dynasties anymore. We're not going to see many back-to-backs. And if we see a back-to-back, we're probably not going to see a three-peat anytime soon. The only chance we realistically have to see of a three-peat is if there is one individual that doesn't need a co-star and is good enough that they can win by themselves, and the only player that could be is Wemby. Like, that one individual needs to be the greatest player of all time to win without a co-star, and you would need two healthy co-stars being at their peaks at the same time, and a front office that is somehow able to, every time a good role player comes and wants more money elsewhere, replace them with an equally as good role player, which is not going to happen. And that's what it's going to take for a dynasty. Like, it's done. The era of the dynasty is done. The era of a team even realistically going to three-peating is done. But, yeah, like, LeBron, 40 years old, does not have long left. And, I mean, it's going to be very weird when he retires, when all the LeBron hate goes. Who do you guys think is going to be the next player people just hate on? I reckon it'll be Wemby. I've said this on Twitter. I think Wemby is going to have a 30-point per game, 50, 40, 90 shooting season, and still have people complaining that he takes too many threes. But anyway, I'll see you guys.